What's the name of that song?
Cat Scratch Fever.
Man, you're good. Who did it?
That I'm not too clear on.
Uh, he's the most right-wing rocker ever invented.
Oh, Ted Nugent.
Very good.
Teddy.
Absolutely. Oh, look.
Before that, it was Creedence, right? Creedence.
I didn't know that about them.
Long, tall woman in a black dress.
Oh God, yes. Oh, the song. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that song. There we go. We got a lot. Hey, good morning, Tom, Tim, John, everybody else in the building. Welcome. We've got a lot of good stuff today. I'm going to move fast today. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. You guys get rewarded because you're on time. We're going to talk about a lot of sales today. And we're going to discuss from my book here. Before we do that, I just got a couple fun things I want to do here, especially for you early birds. We're coming on here. And thank you for coming on so early and on time. Let's go right to my share. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, lovely Miro. We have a lady in the room. Yay. I always like that. Oh, look at all the people coming on today. Let me see if I can hit my share button. There we go. Approve. And we'll go here. Bear with me. Tell me, I got some fun stuff I'm going to do first. I love to have fun. Can you have fun in sales? You better believe it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is a video I got yesterday. It's from the news.
We're not just retarded, we're Minnesota retarded. Ilhan Omar was educated here, and she's completely retarded. And I know this might come as a surprise, but I, myself, am retarded. Here at the South Park Learing Center, we're not just retarded, we're Minnesota.
I'm sorry. Leave it to South Park to jump right on the Learing Center in Minnesota.
They were
right
timely,
away.
weren't they? I mean, that's pretty fast.
I mean, I've got to watch that episode.
They're probably using AI.
Somebody did an AI thing and made it up. But, that's the thing with AI. I had a big conversation with I went out to dinner last night with some nice people. Share a little quick story here. One of them was a Santa Claus from the Lions Club. He actually, for 2 hours, gets like 150 kids to basically jump on his lap and ask him. And he says, "What do you want for Christmas?" and everything. Good morning, lovely Rose.
Good morning.
And I said to him, "What's the most unusual request you ever had from a child?" For some reason, let me get rid of this echo here. For some reason, and so I said, "What's the most interesting?" And he's a big fellow. He's a really nice man. He loves children, and he does this once a year. And I said, "What's the most interesting request or unusual request you ever had from a child?" And we're at a table, 6 of us and everything. He said he had a little boy, and he said, the only thing I want is for my mommy to get better." Talk about bringing a tear to your eye really quick. I always talk about emotional selling. So when I hear something super emotional, I love what happens when we hear something, a story, or we see something emotional. What happens to us physically? Can that be useful in business? Yeah. Instead of giving facts and figures and boring intellectual, what happens? Do you think the table it was a lighthearted, we were drinking and eating and having fun and yakking and everything, and all of a sudden it got real quiet.
I'm curious to see how did he answer that? What did he say? I mean, that would have been a tough one.
This is funny because he's told this story. he he said, I didn't really know how to answer the child. He said, I was just quiet for a while. He was at a loss for words. Have we all been at that moment where we're the deer in the headlight and we, oh God, why didn't I think of that yesterday when they asked me that, or something like that? And I said to him, well, maybe the perfect answer is, you know what, I'm going to say a prayer for your mom, something simple like that, just something. I just wanted to share that. I write things, there's so much from day-to-day activity that make your business better, that make your, that you want to share. And I write these things down. A couple more quick things, and then we're going to go into the gut selling, the rules of the gut sales method. Let me go back to my desktop here. And this was another video I saw. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I saw this video. God, I love dogs, so.
This dog everyone avoided because of her scary appearance, thinking that she was too dangerous. And now whole families purposely turn off the road just to come to her. And this didn't happen right away. Only after some time, and just one solution helped change everyone's attitude toward her. That day, one family came into the shelter just to look around. In the corner of the cage, there sat a dog no one wanted to take, believing that a pit bull isn't a friendly breed. Back then, no one knew this dog would change the lives of people from an entire neighborhood. They came closer and reached out a hand through the bars. The dog did not growl. On the contrary, she pressed her cheek to the hand and quietly exhaled. It even seemed that she slightly smiled. In the end, the family went home ready with the dog. They were sure that it all depends not on the breed but on upbringing, and that in the future not only they would understand this, but many passers-by as well. The dog turned out to be very quiet. She did not chew the furniture and almost did not bark. It was decided to name her Tubbs. It quickly became clear that she did not need dozens of toys. She had a completely different passion. She develops a ritual. She sits by the door and looks to the sidewalk. As soon as she sees a person, she runs, stands up on her hind legs at the fence, and stretches closer. She immediately starts wagging her tail and greeting. It was clear how much she likes the attention. But far from everyone came up. Some quickened their step, some simply turned away, and some even crossed to the other side of the road. And in those moments, Tubbs' tail just grew still, her head lowered, and you could feel that sadness right away. Her owners realized it was all about that first impression, not about who she really was. So they decided to gently hint to people passing by what she was really like. On the fence, they put up this little sign that just said, "Tubbs is friendly. She would love a gentle pat." Just a couple of words, but they changed everything for hundreds of people. After that, it became many times livelier at the gate. The mailman now lingers for a couple of minutes longer. A teenager on a bike stops by Tubbs on his way home just to be around. Children after school bring treats and laugh when she stands up on her hind legs, and an elderly couple even moves their walk to the time when Tubbs will definitely be waiting. At first, the attitude toward the dog changed. And then the neighbors and passersby began to change too. Many people started making friends. Strangers would take off their headphones and actually say their own names, and neighbors would start chatting more often. And all of that with thanks to Tubbs. She just brought people together around the house and honestly pulled more than one person out of loneliness. Just like in that previous video about the...
I'm sorry if you're not a dog lover. I just love that video. What is about perception? When you see a pit bull on the street, how do most of us react? I'm a runner. I've had too many incidents with dogs. Any runners out there, who've had dogs, and people in Colorado, people don't believe in leashes, by the way. They think the dog has the right to come up to people and either nuzzle you or bark at you. That's just the culture of this area. But I always believe is perception reality all the time? How
Usually
about
not.
How about in business? Is perception reality in business?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. One more. Good morning, Joseph, and anybody who else came in. Edward, James, and who else did I leave out? Frank and Sammy. Good to see you, Sammy. One more share, and then we'll get down to business. I'm sorry, I'm in that mood today. I love to share things I find during the week. I had one more here.
That's going to be hard to beat. I love the tail wagon, by the way. That was the best one.
It
Yeah.
just makes me. It was almost as good as the Santa story. Oh, has everybody seen this video yet? Watch this.
It straps on like a tool belt, runs off a 60-volt pack, and it sounds complicated, but it couldn't be simpler. I just hit this button, the fans spool up, and I let the drone do the lifting. Lean forward to go, lean back. This is the new.
So I went out and bought one of these right away. What do you think of it? Do you think that's now that might be AI generated and everything, but if you go on YouTube, there is a lot of people really working on some kind of flying device, battery powered flying device. What do you guys think about a device like that?
I think it'd be really
I thought we'd be
dangerous.
flying already.
Yeah.
Anybody here ever watch a cartoon called The Jetsons? I'm showing my age again, but it was the
No.
most fun It was the most fun cartoon about the future. Everybody had flying cars and robots in their houses and things like that, and all that. Randy's going to get one of those flying things on. You probably put it on his Harley, right? There you go. Do I have
What
one
was the
more thing?
Jetsons' maid's name?
What's that?
What was the Jetsons'
Oh.
maid's name?
Rosie,
There you go.
named after Rosie the
Riveter.
Riveter. Yes. Little history there. Let me see if I can. I have one other little silly Claude thing here that I want to share with you guys. Where is it? No, I did that one already. One other thing already. True. Okay, here it is. True or false? Is buffalo hunting going to come back to America?
True.
Yes. Bison hunting is set to return to Colorado.
Well, I kind of cheated because I watched your show the other day when the
Okay.
Claude beer deal. So anyway, I cheated. So go ahead.
There we go. Okay, that's enough of silly Claude stuff that I just save these things over the week. I love sharing fun things or different things that occur. Open forum, somebody, quick questions, role plays, or who had success last week? Who made money? Anybody have a story to share or anything like that? And then we'll get on to the gut sales method.
No, but I found an interesting prompt that would mimic your writing style.
Go ahead.
No, I have a prompt that I could send whoever wants. And you basically feed it things that you've written and you ask it to mimic your writing style. And then you give it a subject and then it'll go ahead and write for you based on your writing style, not on someone else's.
ChatGPT pretty much does that. If you give it, I had this discussion last night at the dinner I told you about. Went to a great little restaurant, little Cajun restaurant here in Colorado called Fontenot's, and people have so many misconceptions about AI. Some people are scared of it, and some people like me in the beginning who was reluctant about AI in the beginning? Remember when about 2 years ago when we first started hearing about it and everything? Oh, the robots are taking over.
Terminator.
2001: A Space Odyssey and all that. And I gotta tell you, I use Perplexity. I use Claude.ai, wonderful name. I love ChatGPT. I actually pay for that. I use Opus Clip almost every day. I did on yesterday. I must have done 25 videos through Opus Clip. I scheduled them on 8 different social media throughout January into February. Every day there are different videos that come up. Jay Mora knows what I'm talking about because he's doing the same thing here. And I got to tell you something. It took me about 45 minutes to do 25 videos. And I could have done it much faster if I really wanted to. Okay. In the old days, one video and then to edit it and then to send it to social media took by itself conservatively 2-3 hours. Okay, today I can do in 1 hour. So this is the way I see AI. Any comments about it? It's if you get the right specific application and put it to work, it will make you money and save you enormous time. Any comments on that? Or
What
What
was
was
the
the
right
app that you make the videos on?
It's called Opus Clip. I'll send Edward, send me a text. Here's my phone number, and I'll send you a link for a free. I have a thing where I can give you guys free 2 weeks or something like that on Opus.
Yeah, I
Opus.
started using it. I started using it to chop up the show you've been on with me. You
It's
know,
amazing. And you can
you know.
set it up for shorts or reels or longer versions. It takes out, I stutter sometimes, I pause, we all do, and it takes out those, it enhances my voice. You can add music if you want. I don't usually do that. I don't like the distracting music. It can put in text in there. You can put in your web page and links. You can do so many things. And the thing about it is, you could pay somebody to do this, hundreds, thousands of dollars, or you could do it yourself in under an hour and use it as an attraction marketing tool. Mira Lenoff to everyone. There are lots of other sites like Opus nowadays too. Mira, tell us what sites would you recommend?
There's a lot of them. The one that comes to mind is Capwing, whereas 1 second. Sorry, my husband just walked in and you could barely hear me.
He didn't even bring you coffee.
It's all good. So I use something called Capwing that does a lot more stuff, and even editors like those, now they have the option of also having the same thing that Opus Clips that it does. It has it in there. If you have a podcast and you use the Railwind or that, it's a very famous site that people use to be able to create different types of videos and stuff. So they also have it. So you're also able to create different type of, they have like something magically that you can create it. You could also have, I mean, those are two that come to mind, but I've also seen like videos, other types of video editors that it's just part of things that they've added to their editing, I guess, arsenal, so that you can just go in there and be able to just use it, and it gives you a score of what you think, of what it thinks if it's a good clip or not. So for example, if it's something that it thinks it's going to go viral, or it thinks it has good content, it has like from 1 to 100. So then you're able to really pick out the ones that are the best ones based on the video that you uploaded.
I like simplicity. I love Opus Clip because the learning curve for me was very short. To me, that's the biggest attraction. I want instant gratification. That's just who I am. I don't want to spend hours and hours experimenting and things like. I want something where, like a toaster, I put the Pop-Tart in. Pop-Tarts are horrible. And just press the button down. Okay, and it's done. So that's where I look for is the simplicity. Mira, could you put some notes in the chat there of your recommendations and give yourself a plug or a contact for a consultation on things like that? I always like to promote.
I mean,
Anybody
I use Capwing because it's one that I use and it's easy for me to use, but I'll put some of the ones that I've seen. Let me just go back to my notes and I'll put that in there so that you guys
Thank you
can check
so
it out.
much. Anybody else? Questions? Who made money last week? Who made a sale? Somebody play cricket music. Who does a good cricket? Okay, go ahead, Jay. Always Jay. Go ahead. That's your new name. Always Jay.
Yeah, I made a sale last week. I closed a bird dog.
What's a bird dog? What is that? What is that? A dog you go hunting with? What's a bird dog?
Yeah, well, there's a couple different definitions, but there's a lot of these gurus out there right now that are promoting the bird, become a bird dog and become financially free being a bird dog. And really, what is a bird dog? A bird dog is a step down from a wholesaler that really doesn't know what's going on. And so I had an inbound call. I told him I made a post last week and I said, hey, if you want an outline of some sort, give me a call. I got him on a Zoom call right after they called my cell phone. I told him, hey, let's jump on Zoom real quick. I only got about 15 minutes left. And in 15 minutes, I took $3,200 up front. And
how do you sleep at night?
Like a baby.
Do you think you're giving value to that person? That person came to you. So a bird dog, you converted people working for you. Frank, you're gonna love this, Frank. Okay, you converted people that you did marketing to who contact you through your Facebook, and you do a lot of great marketing to your commendation. And you converted this person, you gave them value, and you're getting compensated for your time and value. Is that ethical?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you. Why are we in business?
To make money today, right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So good. When you're talking to people, how many of us here are nice? How many people are really nice? Take your time, think about it, no rush. We can talk next week. How many of you are like that? I used to be like that. We got a lot of nice people out there. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is going to go to the guts rules, our topic for today. Do you think when you know somebody has a pain or a problem, that you should make them an offer right away? Do you think it's okay to be that assertive, that aggressive in business?
Yes.
Yeah. Jay is what, 30? Just because you simply said, I'd like to make you an offer, you have a couple $1,000s now for your family. And
Correct.
I know you're going to help that person and take care of
Yeah.
them and share your lifetime of knowledge with them, return phone calls, and help them to do transactions in their business, right?
Correct.
Is that okay to make an offer that quickly to a person that you and be compensated? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There is no Rocky 2. I think no, Rocky 3. He's on the beach running with Apollo Creed, and Rocky says, "I'll work out harder tomorrow." And what does Apollo say? Anybody remember? There is no tomorrow. In business, there's today. That's my take on it. Sometimes, yes, you gotta be a little patient, but how many times do we get that second chance, that second phone call? What's the worst they can say? No? Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to show you guys one other thing, taking a step back to our um, talking about AI here. I had GP. I put this in. I did this morning. I gave a little instruction to Chat GPT. I said, make me up a little fun banner. I uploaded a picture of my book. I gave it a little content here on the screen. I said, make it a teacher, looks like me. I uploaded my picture. I gave it the time and everything, and it made this in about 30 seconds.
Wow.
Okay. And it's just fun. And I can make it in I love fun, cartoony kind of stuff. I think it gets people's attention. Okay. Did anybody notice what the students are holding, by the way?
Timers, sand timers.
That's right. My 3-minute timer. Does anyone know anything about how many of you in the room have my 3-minute timer? There we go. All you need to do is do a deal. Do a deal and get paid for it, and you get reward. You get the famous 3-minute timer. Why is it? How many seconds in 3 minutes? 180 seconds. What is it? What's the point of this little toy? What's the idea?
To control the conversation, get all the information in a smaller time, to put yourself in a mindset of, there's incorporate scarcity into the call. Hey, I only have a couple of minutes before I jump into this next closing. Maybe I can help you. What's your biggest challenge? Yada, yada, yada. Get them to open up.
Yeah. To be aware of your time. Okay. We always, everybody has 24 hours in a day. Why do some people I always ask this question, how come some people can make so much money in their business and other people are distracted or too busy? It's one of the things, I'll show you my notes here. One of the new things I'm working on. Can we remove the distractions, change the environment? Can we, do you think we have too many distractions that take away from making money in our business? How many people here besides me are easily distracted?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Easily distracted, huh? Oh yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I think the system raised my hand on
Oh,
purpose.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny. You do
Yeah.
all you know about all these wonderful things you can do? Here, there you go, rain clouds. Here's the one that's hard to do. Oh, it worked. There you go. And then every now and then you can pop up some balloons. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, we're going to move on. Anybody else before we go?
Yes.
Okay,
So
go ahead,
Claude,
Frank.
we had two things. One, similar to Jay, I did sign up a bird dog short-term engagement, so that was good. It also came from one of the guru things. In fact, they made an animate point on how they had no money. And I said, well, we're not going to take a bunch of money, but they did pay me a little bit for a very short-term engagement. And we had our first call, and she's like, oh my gosh. And so that was cool. But what was really interesting was I also got pitched by a company that wanted to sell me their cold calling services. These were not overseas, they were American, okay, or at least domestic. So they're here in the country. And it was a young lady who had several years of sales experience. So she started, it's like, yep, I've done sales for 8 years. I did door to door and all that. She told me this whole thing for a few seconds. And the experience made me just want to say thank you, because I did. So I said, well, let's try a role play in real time, because that's what Claude would do.
I love that. Thank you.
So I was like, I'll be a seller and you just call me. And I thought I was going to die, because all I heard, she just kept going and going for like 60 seconds. And it was like, this is exactly what Claude teaches. It is a presentation, and I'm going to just like die. And then and then I told her, I literally said to her, I said, no disrespect, but I would have hung up on you 45 seconds ago. And she was like shocked. She's like, no one has ever asked me to do this. I was like, thank you, Claude.
Let me add, thank you for sharing that. There's a technique, I don't think I've talked about it much, selling the salesperson. Has anyone ever done the conversion where someone called you up and you ended up you tried to sell them? There's a very famous, Jay, I'll put you on a second. There was a very famous scene in the Wolf of Wall Street movie where a telemarketer's calling up Jordan Belfort in the kitchen to sell him a newspaper subscription, and he ends up turning it around on him, just like what you said, Frank. These are all great ways. So just this might be a way. Say, you know what? If you practiced more with role plays and with other people, which you wouldn't want me to teach you that, would you?
I actually say, would you like some help? She's like, well, I got to talk to my partner. And then she was like, I really want to work with you. And then my partner said no. And I'm like, it's okay.
Okay.
And then I got another pitch this morning from another company, and on Facebook, they're like, hey, we'd love to do this. They were like, can we send you recordings? I said, no, but I'll get with you on a Zoom for 5 minutes and have your person practice on me, and we'll see if it's a fit. They didn't respond. And I said, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How important, and good for you for asking, hey, listen, can you sell me right now without giving me a presentation? Let's role play. And this is what kind of thank you so much. How important is it to be spontaneous, to be practiced enough, to be prepared? So when you get a situation like that, you don't always revert to the technical, intellectual presentation that nobody wants to hear in particular. Okay. It takes up too much time, and you don't know specifically what's their needs or pains or issues like that. So it's kind of funny to practice being spontaneous, especially if you're a recovering introvert. Okay, you can change, and you can increase. You can learn how to close quickly. Go ahead, Jay, and then we're going to get to our topic at hand here.
No, I was just agreeing with the question you asked the group.
There we go. Anybody else? Oh, I had one. There was something in the chat there real quick. Claude, can you go over how to handle calls with lease option buyer leads? Okay, Alexander Bolden, go ahead, Alex. Give me an example.
Looks like he dropped off, but maybe he'll catch the recording.
How do you handle calls with lease option buyer leads? What's the most important thing? Back to 180 seconds. A buyer calls you for a property, lease option, land, wholesaling, investing. A prospect calls you up for your product or service. What's the most important thing to do with that person? What do you want to, if you could read minds, what's the first thing you'd want to know about that person
Their motivation.
in the beginning? I'll give you a clue.
Do they have the money?
Yeah. How many people here, I say this all the time, have given brilliant 45-minute $1 million presentations? And then they say, oh, Mark Schisler, this is wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad I met you and talked to you, Mark. And if I had the money, I'd do this in a second, Mark. Mark, I'm going to save up. I'm going to rob a 7-Eleven. I'm going to, and I'll get back to you. I definitely want to do. That's just an emotional response, right? Do they ever get back to you? No. So do you have the right to know? Do you have rights in the sales process? I have something in my book. It's called the Salesman Bill of Rights. Do you have the right to know whether you should waste all that time with a prospect who can never afford your product or service? What do you guys think about that? How much time should you wait? Do you think you have the right to find out their financial? Is there a nice way to ask about money? So, Alex, the first thing I'd qualify is, set up the rules, the agenda. Hey, can I ask you a few more questions? You say you're looking to buy my home or want to buy a property or invest in land. What are you looking for? If you found the perfect property today, could you describe it? Would you have the budget or the funding to do it today? And you have to listen very carefully, okay? Because what is a prospect who doesn't want to answer a question? What do they do many times? You ask a direct question. Do you have a budget set aside so we can do business today on this land you called me about?
They deflect. They go off some. It's like what? I have it happen all the time.
I love that word, deflect. Does anybody know my $10 word? It used to be $5. It's a $10 word. It means deflect.
I don't know.
It's
Obfuscate.
no, all good answers.
Obfuscate.
Obfuscate, an obfuscation. It's when you ask, hey, do you like chocolate or vanilla? Well, I was thinking about which cone to buy first. They can't answer a simple question. And why do they do this? Especially with money. Why do they change the subject or not answer it?
Because they're not qualified.
They don't have it. They don't have it. So what do you have to do? Go back. Oh, that's fine. Thank you for sharing that. Always stroke and nurture, and then say, but my question still remains. Do you have the property is $100,000? Is that comfortable for you and I to do business today? Do you have those funds? And then you listen. If they take a pregnant pause, it means they're thinking of, pardon my language, they're thinking a bullshit answer. Okay. If they use one of those wishy-washy words in there that we all hear all the time. Well, I think I can.
Maybe.
Should you continue with the presentation if someone says maybe, I think, probably, I could, I have to look into it. When you get those kind of answers, should you continue with the conversation in the presentation?
No.
Why not?
You're wasting your time. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent to answer Claude's question about lease option buyers. Like we've set the bar pretty high. We're looking for people that have around 10% of the purchase price. That's a lot of money, especially in like the Colorado market. And I don't come right out of the gate asking how much money you got. I want to get some motivation out of them first, but I have dragged my feet and let them go on and on for a half hour and then finally ask the question, and they might do the deflection, or they might just say, I don't have that kind of money. And I just wasted 30 minutes of my time and theirs, right? So what you're talking about is dead on.
Yeah. What's wonderful, let me share something. What's wonderful is I get a lot of people call me about my products, services, real estate, and a lot of times they can't afford it, especially in real estate. Or, gee, why haven't you just gone out and you're 89 years old? How come you're still living in your mother-in-law's bathroom? Well, money and this and that. And then I might go into a sales conversation with them. Maybe you have to improve your communication skills. So I change the whole topic of the conversation, and I go to sell them something else. Substitution of products. Substitution of the sale. You can do that sometimes, can't you? If you get to the core pain with them. This is a book I wrote some years ago. I wanted to make sales can be. Go ahead. Okay, sales can be very, I think, scary to a lot of people. It can also be very boring. I wanted to make sales fun. I wanted to raise people's self-esteem. If you're my student and you have not read this book, send me a text, and I'll make sure you get it later today. And I wanted to put together what I consider some of the unique rules of the gut sales method. Um, and here's a list of them. Can you guys see the screen okay? Thumbs up, somebody? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. And so let me just let's go to some of this. This is my most controversial rule. I think I spoke about it a little bit last week. The gut salesperson always comes first. Why is that? You know, we've always heard the customer always comes first. Why am I being contradictory here? Why do I feel differently that you guys should come first? Why should the sales, isn't that selfish? Why did I make this up?
Because if you come first, it allows the conversation to be more adult to adult.
Can you have success if you're constantly being manipulated, lied to, put off? I'll think about it. Call me in a week. What does that do to your spirit, your motivation, your self-esteem, your ego? What does that do to you when you get constant rejection? Or you're getting constantly manipulated? How does that make you feel? It makes you feel horrible, right? So
You're
if
gonna
we
do less
feel,
and less.
how do we feel exactly? How do we feel when we make a sale? I'm 2 feet above the ground. When I do a real estate deal or whatever, I'm the happiest guy in the world. The endorphins are pumping. It's like I did a 10-mile run in July. Okay. So I think you have to put yourself first in this. Don't be reluctant to say, you know, this is where a lot of the concepts of guts came. It's okay to fire the prospect. It's okay to qualify them up front. It's okay to place a value on your time, knowledge, and energy. I believe the people in this room are good people. They're honest, hardworking people. They give good value. They want to make an honest living and put food on their family's table. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. Don't feel guilty about it. Yes, we have to give people, we have to help them and so forth. But if you're just if you're just giving, there's a lot of gurus who say, give, give, give. What's the one book, The Go Giver? Okay. And they say, keep giving, giving, and giving on the premise that eventually the prospect will feel so guilty that they'll give back. They don't always give back, do they, James? So it's okay to fire the prospect. When you've qualified someone and they don't have the motivation, they don't have the need, it's not timely, they don't have the authority, they don't have the personality or the character you choose to work with, is it okay to say, you know what, I've made a decision, let me say, it's been nice to speak with you, let me send you a little gift, but it's over? Is that okay? Who teaches that you can fire the prospect besides me? I don't think anybody. But once again, it goes back to the value of your time. Why do some people make a lot of money and other people just do a lot of busy work on this? If you guys have a comment or a question while I'm going through this, please feel free to go through, to just interrupt me. You're not allowed to think about it. You guys know this one. I talk about this all the time. When a prospect says, I need to think about it, what are they really saying?
No.
They're really saying no. Can we have adult to adult conversations and say, you know what, Mira, you're being so polite to me. Thank you. When people say they want to think about it, doesn't that really mean no? It's okay. Don't worry. Let's do what's right for you. It's over then, isn't it?
Usually, yeah, unless you
Oh
can come
yeah.
up with something.
Mira, now that it's over, what are you going to do about all those problems and pains? You need more leads, you need more closings, you need more what are you going to do about that? Let me ask you something. If my program, my helping you, my package if the money wasn't an issue, I know that's a challenge right now. If that wasn't an issue, you still wouldn't want my materials or my advice, would you?
Boom, you just changed it back into a possibility.
Right. So you see, what you do is you get closure. You say, look, let's just say it's over. If you can't say it's over, I'll say it's over. But then can you go back if you think there's a chance, a snowball's chance in hell, that you might be able to convert them for financing or changing something around? What's the purpose of being an entrepreneur if you have the freedom to be as flexible with your business as possible? What did Jay do with that bird dog before? Okay. He went for it. The thing about it is, when you're in that conversation with a person, that is the greatest likelihood, the best opportunity you will ever have to generate income in that moment. Everything changes once you get off the phone, off Zoom. Once they're gone, it's literally what's the percentage of people that come back for you to have a second shot? It diminishes tremendously, doesn't it? Truth be told. Okay, you guys know this. You guys, I've berated you with this. I think scripts are the worst thing a salesperson can spend a lot of time on, memorizing scripts, giving rote answers instead of practicing enough and understanding the psychology, the human behavior, and making it personal to that individual. Thinking on your feet. And I know this is hard. God, the hardest thing I ever did when I first got started was doing. Does anyone here had a fear of public speaking besides me? Oh my God! Talk about anxiety attacks. And I practiced it. I studied with some really great public speakers. I read a lot of books and studied, and eventually, today I actually look forward to it. We are capable of what's the number one marketing tool, by the way, for those of you in business? Public speaking.
Yeah.
You have there's something about someone who goes in front of a live audience at the Holiday Inn with the bad coffee and the stale donuts. There's something about, or a real estate club or the Kiwanis. You go in front of a group of people, you have the greatest opportunity to pick up a bunch of clients in the next 24 hours. Jay, didn't you do a public speaking recently, or someone else?
I've done 6 so far.
Really? What's the results usually when you do that?
Well, it depends on how well you don't want to go too long. You want to get it to the point where people are coming after you sit down or whatever to go and talk to you. But I've gotten quite a few clients from that.
There you go. You'll get a bunch of prospects. When you do a little tip, when you do public speaking, I never sell anything when I do public speaking. And what Jay said was brilliant. Keep it short. How many of us have heard speakers who went a little bit too long?
Yeah.
Okay. People start getting up, going to the bathroom. They start talking and everything. Keep it short. Keep it amusing or funny, or tell stories. And the best thing to do is give away free stuff. Give away your presentation, your keynote on the screen. Hey, how many people here would like my 80 slides on the gut selling method tonight? Okay, send me a text. Here's my phone number, 619-206-5960. And by tomorrow morning, I will send you all of my slides here with my notes and everything. Boom. Guess what you just did to the audience?
Generated leads.
A lot of leads. Ring, 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 Tom Brooks. Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Tom. Can I help you?
Hi, Tom. This is Claude. You remember me? I was the crazy guy last night.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to make sure. Did you get the 82 slides that I sent you on how to turn your business around and double your sales in the next 30 days? Did you get that?
I did, but I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, well, you should take it. Make sure you look at it. It'll help. What do you do? Tell me a little bit about yourself, Tom.
Well, I run a small directory for businesses, and I do audiobooks, and I help people promote their business. That's the main thing.
What's your biggest challenge right now? Do you have enough clients? Are you closing people quickly? Tell me a little bit more.
Probably getting people to pay on time. That would be the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's a big problem. You know, I have a solution for you. I don't know if you want to hear it. We only have a little time here. I've got to
Oh,
go to my thing.
yes,
Like, would you like
please.
three ways to boom? Are we in a conversation? Can good
Yes.
things just like that? Was that hard? Could everybody in this room do what I just did with Tom? Thank you, Tom. Could everybody do what I just did with Tom? What if I got a voicemail? What would it? What should we leave? Always leave voicemails. Please say yes.
Yeah.
Always leave a voicemail, but leave it gut style. Leave a gut style. Randy, share with everybody what's a gut style voicemail. Beep.
Ah, I'm blank.
Who wants to try? Who wants to help Randy out? What's a guts voicemail?
I got your. Hey, Roger, it's Tom. Hey, I got your number from somebody. They said I should contact you right away about that property. Let me know.
Good.
Hey,
Good. Anybody else? Guts voicemail? Go ahead, Joseph.
Yes, hi. I got a little bit confused. I have your number. I have your house address. I do not know what to put on my check. I am ready to send it. Please get back to me.
Jesus,
Boom.
that's
There you
great.
go. Create a sense of urgency. Tell them, anybody else want to give it a shot? I can't see all your hands here. We have so many people in the room today. Jay, come on, let me put you on the hot seat one more time.
Hey, Claude, this is Jay Morris. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Hey, look, I got the contract ready to go. I'm just trying to figure out what to put here on this check for you. Give me a call back by 2:30 p.m. Looking forward to it. Bye.
Boom. Even if it was the first phone call, that was a cold phone call. What do you think the reaction will be from somebody if they don't know who Jay is, they don't know what he's talking about? What do you think the reaction would be?
Call
He
him
wants
back right
your
away.
check. Let me call him.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
call you back. Do we win when the prospect calls us back or calls us at all? Don't we win?
Absolutely.
Why? Because we have a shot. Conversations are the key to your personal success in your business. Let me move
Yeah,
a
Claude.
little. Go
Well,
ahead.
one note, Claude. When we talk about public speaking, if you have any doubts about it, join Toastmasters or investigate Toastmasters. Great place to learn how to do a little public speaking and really increase your business and help yourself out.
I agree completely. It is not expensive. What is the Toastmasters? $20 a month or something like that?
Something like that when I was in it. Yeah, it wasn't much at all.
And what's wonderful about Toastmasters, you're in a communal group, you're a support group, really, for public speaking, for conversations, and you learn how to give presentations, and you get constructive criticism. Does it build your confidence when you're in a group with other people practicing to be a better communicator, a better salesperson?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sales is the $1 million skill. I know we hear so many people say you've got to get your click funnel, you've got to get your you've got to get your assistants and phone room and use AI and all the other things we're talking about. And I love technology. I talk about it all the time. But there's something still wonderful about the one-on-one conversation when you're talking about high ticket closing. When you're talking about big numbers, there's something about my mentor used to always say, if your competition is doing it, stop, change. I do the one thing my competition is unwilling to do. I talk to people every day. I make offers every day. Guess what happens? Life is good. It's that simple. But, we have a lot, if you're a scared little bunny rabbit like me, in the beginning, I was reluctant to make those calls to talk to as many people as possible. But I got over it because it changed my lifestyle, the success of my business. You have rights in the sales process. We talked about that. The Salesman Bill of Rights. I had a lot of fun writing this one part. When in the course and scope of human events, the struggle of hardworking men and women in their endeavor to persuade and influence their fellow man with quality goods and services becomes an abomination to their own self-preservation, self-esteem, and ability to enhance their own freedom, a force of nature to nourish that survival must take place. Is that the world's longest sentence? We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal. They are endowed with special skills by their mentor, with certain unalienable rights, that among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights they must learn the art and science of guts. Little self-promotion there. Okay, just fun stuff. Do we have rights in the sales process? Could everybody say yes? 1, 2, 3. Yes,
Yes.
we do have rights. Absolutely. Uh, and then we go, oh, the Godfather close. Nope. No Monday morning discussion. What is the Godfather close? Right from the movie. I love it.
I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
When do we do that? When do we do that? Do we ever have a conversation? It's not going anywhere, or are they giving us to think about it and they're reluctant and everything? Can we make them an offer can we just change things around and make them an offer and set a time frame of today? Why do I talk a lot about scarcity? When you make an offer to someone, you know you're losing them. You know that you're just not close. Can you make them an offer and make that offer so interesting, so generous, but set a time frame? That's the point of the Godfather. Make them an offer with a scarcity, with social proof, but set a time. Hey, you know what, Frank? I'm going to make you an offer. It's okay to say no to me. Okay, I'm going to make this offer once. I never do this. And based on what you shared with me, if you can accept this, I'll make this offer once. This offer goes off the table, never to be revisited after 4:30 p.m. today. But I'd love to do business with you, so I'm bending the rules to make you this offer for today. How do you feel about that?
Well, Claude, that's incredibly kind with you. I have to be honest with you. I'm
Don't be
kind of
honest.
broke.
No, don't start now. I say stupid shit like that. I said we were going to have fun today. So the thing about it is, when you make an offer and maybe you modify that offer because it's not what they wanted, or you have to adjust your price or the financial terms, usually that happens. What happens when you set a time frame on it? What's in their mind when they get off the phone? What your offer, and the clock is ticking. You only got one shot. Go for it. I can't tell you how many times I've made the scarcity Godfather close offer, and that people got back to me. Only because and this goes back to putting an idea, putting a movie in their mind, putting a suggestion in their mind. Anybody ever have something in their mind where it just kept rolling around forever and ever, and you couldn't? That's what we want to do in sales. Let's see. We sell solutions. That's obvious. Okay. We cannot just give general macro presentations. We have to ask questions to find out what their needs are, their greeds, their pains, their problems, and direct our product, service, whatever we sell to those needs. Make it emotional rather than giving overbroad presentations where we've all met the salesperson who throws everything at us. Try to fine tune it by asking good questions like we practice all the time. Telling stories. I love telling stories to people that relate to their needs. Storytelling can be back to what's his name? Samuel Clemens, okay? Mark Twain. Telling stories to people that they can relate to can be a wonderful sales tool. Does everybody always have a couple sales stories, short ones, that they can? Well, I told her in the beginning here, for those of you here, I told you about the Santa Claus story. I had a dinner last night with a man who was Santa Claus. And I asked him the most unusual question a child has ever asked him. And the little boy said, "Make my mom well again." I shared stories can really help you close with people sometimes. The definition of success: to lose it all and have enough self-esteem and knowledge and skill set so the next day you can be back on top again. You can make sales and close. Once you have that confidence, that skills, you can lose everything. What do we know about a lot of successful people? What do they all have in common? Failure, right? Everybody's
Yep.
had setbacks. And the thing is, can you come back stronger and better than ever? And we all know Steve Jobs, a lot of people like that who have come back better and stronger than ever. Sales is scary. Isn't sales scary? How many people here said, I'm not a salesperson. I don't like sales. I don't like that interaction. That's not me. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It is scary because we're dealing with unknown. We're dealing with multiple personalities. If we don't have the way to control the conversation, how many of us have been beaten up by prospects where they control the sale? They asked us a million questions. They dismissed us. They manipulated us. They lied to us, right? Is it any wonder a lot of people, myself included in the early days, did not like sales? But I can tell you right now, if you master the skills of conversation, of the psychology with people, you've got a blank check in front of you the rest of your life. You really do. And this is the one thing, this is one of my personal gripes here. I don't think most of the, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's the perception, there's the focus on sales from my competition out there. I think most of them talk about the techniques, the strategies, the marketing. But to me, no matter how many great leads you have, how much money you're spending, how great your product or service or real estate is, does it really matter if you can't convince another person quickly? You know, that's kind of my take on it.
Their motto is it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And so they sell you CRM systems and processes that'll mask the actual issue, which is conversion.
Oh, I love that. That's a big takeaway. That will mask the issue. Continue that thought. That was great.
Yeah, because I actually coach a couple of companies that are doing CRM sales. Like they bank their business on people doing a lot of follow-ups. And because I'm training him how to do, how to sell, but he's hoping that the people that come to him are, they just have a lot of people in their pipeline and they're paying them monthly to nurture that pipeline that goes to nowhere.
Exactly. Let's do a few more here because we're almost out of time. Opposite George. I've shown this video over the years. I haven't done it in a while for you new people. There's a video on Seinfeld. Does everybody know it? Where George says, when every instinct I have is wrong, I'm going to start just doing the opposite. And the first thing he does is he goes to a beautiful woman in the luncheonette where they always go. And he says, "Hi, I noticed you're having the same lunch as me. My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents." and the woman is immediately attracted to his honesty on the thing. And so sometimes I want you gotta in sales. We sometimes have the mindset that we should go along to get along and keep giving and giving. When in reality, maybe we should go against those instincts that don't work and try something new. Try the opposite. Hey, I've enjoyed this conversation, Rose, and I'll tell you what, I've made a decision. Can I make you an offer and it's okay to say no to me? Would that be all right? Do I have your permission?
Of course,
Oh,
Claude.
thank you. Boom. How many people really do that move? Okay. How many people really are that aggressive, assertive in the thing? What's the worst Rose can say to me after I make her an offer?
No, but it was no anyways if you didn't ask.
Yeah, say that again. That was brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, that it was no anyways if you never took your chance to
Yeah,
ask.
you got to try. If you don't try, and you know what? Every now and then someone will say yes, or they'll ask for more questions, and you'll get into the pricing and negotiation and contracts and all the good things that can lead to a close. You've got that, and if it's one takeaway from today, It's you've got that when you get hold, if you can get hold of that person one-on-one on the phone, or get them to schedule, or get them on Zoom, and be the doctor in a room. Hey, this is your issue problem. I have a few ideas, suggestions. I'd love your opinion. You have the one opportunity to close on your product or service. Go for it. Go for it right. Go for it right away. I know sometimes you need to give more information and everything, and you can set up a follow-up phone call. By the way, how soon should you set up a follow-up call? Sometimes you do have to follow up. You can't always close in the first. I'll admit that. How soon should you have the follow-up phone call, ladies and gentlemen?
On the same day or within 24 hours.
Amen. Amen. Why? Is time your friend or your enemy in business?
Your enemy.
It's your enemy. Go for it while the emotional value is there. Let's see if we have time for one more here. Let me get a good one. To make money today, I say that every week. That's why you're in business. No begging. How many times have we heard? Has anyone here ever met the begging salesperson? Oh, I almost reached my quota. Oh, we're in a contest and my wife's never seen Mexico. Have we ever met a salesperson who's too desperate to make the sale? What's our take on that person? Do we want to do business with them? Do we want
You
to
can
make a
smell the
commitment?
desperation. Yeah, no.
No. What do you think is the perfect personality for a salesperson in a conversation?
Someone
I
that's
don't need
helpful to you, but they don't need you.
Yeah, they're big. Go ahead, Randy.
So Claude, I'd love to give this to you, bud, but if you don't want it, that's great. I've got 6 other people that I'm talking to this afternoon, and I'm gonna get rid of it today. It's up to you. If you can get back to me by 2:30 and let me know, I'll hold it for you. Otherwise, we're done. Okay.
Beautiful. Scarcity. Once again, scarcity plus social proof. Okay, with a little stir in, a little redirection, a little reverse psychology on that will always allow you to leave your ego intact, close a lot more people rather than feel you're just being led on. Last one. No presentations. Do you suffer? Anybody here suffer from the anxiety of premature presentation? Do you think we give presentation? Have we all met the salesperson? You say hello, how are you? They do that little bit of rapport and bonding, and then they go into the presentation with their 84 slides. Okay. Should we give presentation? We have a warm prospect. They called us. We love warm prospects. Should we immediately, true or false, should we immediately go into our presentation?
No.
Thank you. Why? Why is the big question. Last one before we go today. Why should we not give presentations
Because
premature?
that's what everybody else is doing.
Okay, but what's the why? Go
You don't
deeper.
know their pain. You don't know why are they talking to you?
Yeah. What does the doctor do when you come in? Hey, Randy, how you feeling, buddy? Anything bothering you?
Terrible,
Right?
terrible.
Oh, hey, Randy. By the way, we're having a special on arthroscopic knee surgery, and the price goes up on Friday. Can I sign you up before too many people take your spot?
But Claude, it's my back that hurts.
Oh, okay. See you guys. No premature presentations. I know you're dying to tell everything you studied about lease purchasing, about coaching, or whatever you do, or marketing or consulting. But the thing is, why are we talking today? What is the biggest challenge you're facing? What is your goal? James Brown, what's your goal for 2026? What would you like to see happen? If there was one thing you could fix, James, what would that be in the next 30 days to increase your sales and business? Get them talking by asking these open-ended questions. Get them to share information, take copious notes, and then relate their needs, their greeds, their pains to your product or service. You know what? I have a few ideas there, and then use the guts close. Set the agenda. Can I ask you a few questions? You asked me a few. Maybe I have a few ideas. Qualify. Do they have the need? Are they motivated? Do they have the money? Is it timely? So urgent that they want to solve it today? Can they make a commitment? Are they the decision maker? And do they have the character to keep that commitment? Then the third step, go into the close. And what's the opening line for going into the close? One of my students. What's the first thing you say when you're closing in the gut system? We get a permission. Hey, Joseph, can I have your permission to make it? Joseph, I've enjoyed this conversation. You're a wealth of information, stroke and nurture. And can I, I've made a decision. Can I have your permission to make you an offer? And God bless you for saying no to me. Just say it now. Is that all right with you?
Yes, yes.
Oh, you're a good man. Thank you. Boom. That is the guts close opener. You've made the decision. What is everybody else's system with the close? Anybody else take any other sales classes or books or anything? What's the other method? Ask for the order 5 times,
Yeah,
right?
hammer 'em.
Pressure them, and everything else like that. What happens when what happens when we feel pressured or manipulated by a salesperson? What do?
You say no, you react.
We want to leave. Why do we want to leave? Because we're
Because you're
feeling
pressured.
we're feeling that pressure and manipulation. Hey, this went fast today when we went a little over. Any comments or questions before we go? You guys are great. Thanks for letting me ramble on forever here.
Thank you. This was great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Go out there. Who's going to talk to a few prospects today? Come on. James, you didn't ring that, James. I had to see your hand up too. Talk to a few people today. Say, biggest challenge. Ask them questions like a doctor, like a professional would. Get them talking, and then offer a solution that benefits your product or service or business. And if you have that consistent behavior, you cannot help but grow and succeed. You guys are great. Thanks so much for everything today. Have a good week.
Thanks, Claude.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
You too.
Thanks,
Bye.
group.
Bye-bye. Let me find some music. I haven't left with music lately. Let me find a good oldie moldy song here that nobody else but me likes. Let's see here. Oh, God. Footloose. No, I don't want that. Let's see. Oh, stay in